Thank you for joining me. Blessings stream to your home and to your workplace and wherever you are today. And this blessing is coming from the Roman Catholic Diocese of Bridgetown here in Barbados. I am Father Vibert Stevens and sharing again with you some insight on spiritual growth. When we speak about spiritual growth, we can use an analogy from the plant. You notice when a plant is in the ground, how days and weeks and so on, it looks as though it is stunted, nothing is happening. And then after a few nights of showers, suddenly you realize that the plant has just shoot up into the air with branches and so on. Unless there is a miracle, it doesn't start bearing, but the plant needs what is necessary for its continuous growth and maturity. This is also true for the human beings, but sometimes we don't recognize that. You see, we think because we have knowledge, and the knowledge means that we can talk well and we can do things well, meaning that we have achieved some element of growth. And that may be true in some respect, but examine it on a Christian standpoint, a Judeo-Christian understanding, is that knowledge, although it is a gift from God, the opening of the mind, the opening of the understanding, is not really the opening of the heart to the divine, to the power that can enable you to act rightly. Let me just look, for instance, at about our world. We have a lot of people who have achieved knowledge. They know a lot through their education, as I referred to before. And many people think that when we employ the brightest persons, the persons that have great knowledge and so on, when we employ a person that is like a walking library, and the person can pull information from all places, we start feeling that we can have growth in whatever area it is, whether area of church or whether area of society. Knowledge is good, but knowledge is insufficient. Because unless the knowledge is being refined by the heart's power, the center of our being, our knowledge is no way. Let me just share you some examples. We have great leaders in the world, and many of them have done great things, and I'm not degrading our leaders, both spiritual leaders and leaders involved in politics and other areas of life. But look at most of our leaders. Most of our leaders, with all the knowledge and power they have, do you notice? Many of them fall very easily. Why? Because many of them fail to make decisions that are good and just. Goodness and justice is not just informed by knowledge, cranium pack. No. The heart has something to do with it. And the heart, therefore, has something to do with God. Many of them will tell you, even you in your own experience will say, you know, I know what to do, Father. I know that this is wrong. I understand the process. I went through it. But somehow when I get there, I feel paralyzed, incapable of doing what I do. And remember St. Paul says, the things I want to do, I do not do, and the things that I don't want to do, that is the things I do. That is the human frailty. It tells us of the struggle human beings have. But the problem is, we think that knowledge and brightness and being astute is the way that will help us. No, it doesn't. You see, all the knowledge we have, unless there is a sense of ethics, unless there is a sense of justice and rightness and humility, our knowledge is no way. Knowledge is good, but it can hinder our spiritual growth. Let us ask the Lord to give us that grace. Help us to grow inwardly by relying on the process of discernment to walk in His name. Amen. Thank you for joining me.